class starts at 5:30. Usually wake up around 4:30 and eat a quick breakfast. And then I head to the gym to make sure I take my dog out. Our gym mascot, Sadie, she comes down there every morning with me. And just get the day started. Make sure everything's taken care of. Make sure all the classes are gonna run smooth. You know, we don't want people to have to want for anything when they come in there. We're ready to bring the heat every morning. And I'm the one who starts it off. I joined the Army in 2004, deployed to Iraq in 2006 and 2007 as an Army sniper with a parachute infantry regiment out of Alaska. After losing a couple of my friends and my spotter, who ultimately didn't come home with me, gave me some issues when I came home, which ultimately led to addiction. When I returned home, my readjustment period was very, very tough. I didn't feel as though I belonged to anything. My feeling of brotherhood was gone. I didn't have anything to fall back on, no job, no school. All I had was my family. I felt very lost, and because of a prescription that I had right before I got out of the military, I became addicted to opiates. Once that prescription was gone, I fell back on using heroin. I overdosed 3 times, twice in one day, and it wasn't until I actually went to jail for 2 years that I was able to fully get clean and continue to work towards my goals. I started doing CrossFit in December of 2011. I was introduced to it by a friend of mine named Dan Tominski, who was also an affiliate owner and 3 times games athlete. Once I did my first workout, I was Fran, of course, and I couldn't talk for probably about 2 hours after that. It was pretty aggressive, and I knew right then and there that this was going to be something that I fell in love with. I made it a point to work with Dave in establishing enough capital to open CrossFit Payback, and now we're here today to be able to share our story with not only now the world, but what we do on a daily basis with our community, and that's show how effective CrossFit can be if you really put your mind to it. It can be a way out of addiction.
I had no good reason as to why I was an addict. I was addicted to heroin for about 4.5, 5 years. A number of arrests, overdoses. I didn't want to live anymore. I got my act together and stopped using in January of 2012. I ended up having to come back to Norwich, where we're from. I actually ended up talking to Josh, and I'd known him from our past together, from our past lives together. And the fact that he was doing well and he had found CrossFit, which at the time I didn't even know what it was. At the time I was, running, biking, swimming. I wanted to, start training for triathlons at the time. He said, yeah, come over. We're just gonna do it in our, bare bones in the backyard. We're gonna, it's a tough workout. And at the time, actually, I was still smoking cigarettes. And I was like, I'll be fine. I remember going over there, it was about 105 degrees, like the end of June. We did some I don't remember exactly the workout, it was just some terrible workout. And I remember feeling like I was on the verge of death. And I fell in love with that. I like that. I like pushing the limits of my body. At first it was just, casually talking like we should open a box in Norwich.
It was more of a joke. It was more, hey, why don't we open an affiliate? And as we look back on our past and as into fitness as he and I were and are, but I don't think for either one of us it was something that we ever thought in the past that we were going to be able to be coaches and share our knowledge with other people. We didn't want to be coaches that just said, hey, do this to get that bigger. We wanted to be really knowledgeable and get into the physiological aspect of why we train the way we do and what the effects are on our body. So before we opened CrossFit Payback, Dave went after his strength and conditioning certification as well as NASM, and I took the more CrossFit route and went and got 7 or 8 certifications, as well as a Business of Excellence seminar hosted by Ben Bergeron up at CrossFit New England. And I bring that up because there was one thing that Ben said that has stuck with me, and that is the constant and relentless pursuit of excellence. And for Dave and I, and the standards that we initially set, and the standards that we told each other that had to be upheld every single day at this place was the constant and relentless pursuit of excellence. And once he said that, a lot of light bulbs went off for me, and that's really our philosophy here. Is we want to set the example, we want to set the standard for not only this affiliate, but other local affiliates, New England affiliates, and beyond that, all of the affiliates in the entire world. I mean, we're trying to do something here that sets us apart. One of the things we've done here for the community, and not just our CrossFit community, but Norwich, Connecticut, and Taftville, Connecticut, is we are putting a program called Beyond the Barbell on the table with not only the state of Connecticut, but a rehabilitation center called Rushford, where we work with Jill Bertolini.
I'm Jill Bertolini. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I'm also the clinical director of Rushford Center in Middletown, Connecticut. I became affiliated with the guys of CrossFit Payback about 1.5 years ago. My sister was working with one of the coaches here. I reached out to them for the clients at Rushford Center to come speak and talk to my clients about health and wellness and different approaches to one's recovery. And it was amazing, and the clients loved it, my staff loved it, and I've continued to remain in contact with them and ask for assistance and community outreach in other venues. Hartford Healthcare and Rushford Center is working on a Narcan initiative, educating people about the opiate overdose epidemic that is plaguing this country, and the guys of CrossFit Payback were instrumental in telling their stories and helping us spread the word about the use of Narcan and the importance of Narcan. CrossFit Payback is continuing to do community outreach based off of the Narcan videos that they did for Hartford Healthcare and Rushford Center. They're working on kind of like a scholarship called Beyond the Barbell, and it's to raise money and raise awareness to help people struggling with addiction to get clean and sober and then get involved with CrossFit Payback.
Here at CrossFit Payback, community is obviously very important to us. It's kind of why we started this place. 23-year-old girl, Amelia Morallo, she came in, she was here day one, right when we opened the doors. She was a member, and she started complaining of migraines, and there was no reason for them. Asked if she was really stressed out, and if her neck was real tight, and none of those were the case. I was like, maybe you should go see a doctor.
When I first came here, I was very nervous because I didn't know what CrossFit was about. When I actually joined, I fell in love with it. The people, the coaches, the community. It turns out that they are a very, very big support system for me, because a couple months ago, I was actually diagnosed with a brain tumor. I ended up having really bad headaches. So one day it was so bad that I had to go to the emergency room because I was kind of like blacking out. So when I had went to a specialist, they did an MRI and they told me that I had the brain tumor.
Me and Josh looked at each other and said, we got to do something to help her. We got to raise money, do whatever we can. So we came up with the idea for a fundraiser called Fight for Amelia.
For when I came here for my benefit, they had me wait outside, and then when I had come in, everybody was standing there screaming. I was so overwhelmed, excited, nervous. Even people that I didn't know or worked out with before, they were there to support me, and it's just nice to know that this is what CrossFit Payback is and how everybody comes together when somebody needs help, and this is why I love it.
We just wanted to help her however we could, because I mean that's a lot for anyone to deal with, let alone someone so, young. I mean, 23 is really young to have to deal with a traumatic brain surgery and the aftermath of that, and not being able to live a normal life for a good chunk of time. We're just extremely thankful that she came out all right and the surgery was a success.
Through the entire thing, everyone has been so supportive, and I've just been able to grow as a person and see what family and community of people who are not really my family but are my family in a different way. And I cannot thank them enough.
This isn't something we have an opportunity to really make ourselves look good. That's not the point here. If it wasn't for this competition that we're doing here, we wouldn't even be talking about it. This is just something that we do naturally as the owners here, and we really look out for our people. I don't care if somebody has something as simple as they got a flat tire on the way home. We'll hop in our car, we'll go help that person because that's the right thing to do. And I mean, that's what our name is. We're Payback. We pay back to our community, and it's not something that we seek to make ourselves look good. That's not the case. What we want to do is provide our athletes with a very supportive, positive community. Whatever your backstory is, whatever you've done in your past, whoever you are, whatever you plan to be, I mean, we have our doors open to be able to facilitate a training regimen for you that's unmatched and unparalleled. I mean, there's so much knowledge here. There's so much heart and dedication. And whether we're cleaning the gym, whether we're writing programming, whether we're stocking the shelves, whether we're cleaning the bathrooms, whether we're, finishing the bars, I mean, whatever the case is, we are making this facility the best in the world, period. I don't feel like I have a job. I feel like I have an incredibly profitable hobby. It's something that, when I lay down in bed, I think about the workout for tomorrow and how we're gonna best bring the knowledge to our athletes. And I go to bed with a smile on my face and make sure people get an understanding of what they're doing safely and effectively, and how to move efficiently, how to move properly. We really get into the anatomical stuff of why we're moving like this, what the effects are on your body when you train this way.
Every single class, no matter how my day is going, whether or not things are good in my life or bad in my life, which nowadays things are rarely bad, if ever. But I maintain a positive attitude, and I motivate people, and I educate people, and I make sure that they feel motivated to put the work in, because this isn't easy. I'll do the night classes, 5:30 and 6:30, and it's the same thing I do with my other classes. Just like Josh, I bring the heat. I want them to enjoy their time here. This is their happy place, and if they come to a place where they come in and they have a trainer who's just standing there on their phone and not paying attention to what everyone else is doing, then they're not really getting the value of their dollar here. We're very conscious of being attentive and being present and not being distracted by social media and meaningless things like that. We know it's important here. We like to provide that quality to our athletes day in and day out, and I believe Josh and I provide that.